Hi everyone, welcome to our first webinar for 2019. We're going to have a webinar today just going through the Kevro website, just a basic walkthrough and a Q&A session thereafter. You guys are welcome to post any questions you might have in the chat, so feel free as we go through to put them there. If we can answer them straight away, we will. Otherwise, we'll get to them at the end of the session. Just having a look at what we're going to go through today. So we're going to have a short intro, just having a look at the Kevro website, the new environment that was deployed middle of 2018. After that, we're going to go through the smart filter. There's a lot of functionality built into that. Then we're going to go through the product information and features and the different options that you have on products there, as well as looking at ordering and quoting, and then going through the questions after that. Cool, so just switching over to the Kevro website. For everybody that's got a login on the website, it's quite simple. Going to kevro.co.za. From there, you can just go to the login screen. On login here, you should have from the details for your login, your username, which is typically your email address, and your password that you can complete in there. And quite important to ensure that you select the branch that you're logged into, right? So in this case, there's a different Kevro branches. So selecting Johannesburg, I can then go log in from there. Just want to check something here quickly. Okay, so once I'm logged in, we can see that I've got the different options in here. Okay, I see that that you guys are seeing that you're getting a blank screen. Let's quickly have a look. We'll quickly have a look to see if there's maybe an issue with the setup. So just give us a second on that. Okay, I think we've corrected the problem there. Can everybody see the feed coming through now? Okay, cool. So we're going to go on from here. So just for those that missed the first bit, just important to obviously put in the correct branch details for the login, and that will land you through onto the newly developed dashboard, right? So on the dashboard, a couple of quick things to note here. You'll be able to see your notifications coming through. These can be account notifications, product notifications coming through, orders that you might have placed, what the status of those orders are, and obviously your royalty status displayed on the right here with your spend for the year. If we scroll down a little bit, there's a new feature here, which is the website price setup. This is quite a handy feature if you're sitting with a client and you actually want to use the Kevro website, that you can display the pricing at different price points, right? So you can either just use the standard pricing, you can show it your royalty and markup, just standard and markup, or just with specifying what your markup percentage should be on that. Right? So a little bit further down, we've got the active orders, we've got our quotes, we've got our invoice orders, So showing all those different sections just on the dashboard there for us. Okay. So at the top, the most important component of this is obviously the product browsing. So if we have a look at this and we take as an example one of the categories being gifts. And under gifts, we're going to have the different categories pop up there, and looking at what we've got here under drinkware, we'll see that then it's loaded 74 different items within the drinkware category, and this is by default sorted price low to high. Right? You have the option here to either sort the price high to low or by the naming of the product. So just going back up to this filter, quite a few different options on this. We've got the category that we selected being, then got the subcategory, and let's choose something like metal mugs. And on selecting that, it will then refresh the filter results at the bottom first, and now we only have 6 products down there. From here, we've got the option to select different colors. Okay, so there we can see how the color selection plays a role in selecting the right products. And then also it will only show you those products that actually have that color available to it, right? We also have the actual color, so if you're looking for a light blue with a white in it, then you can go through here and you can see there's an example of blue and white, and there's an example of cobalt and white. So we can then define exactly what products we're looking for based on the colors, and it will show us a representation of that product in that specific color. So that's quite a useful tool that's been added to the smart filter. If we want further options within that, there's the option to click Refine Search. And opening Refine Search, we can see that we've got the options here around how many items, how many units we might require, and what type of lead time we require it, and then the pricing as well, and what target setting price with the markup. So this could be quite useful to say if you are operating at a 50% markup, that you might be looking for a unit between 150 and 250 Rand. Okay, so as we entering that information there, we can see that there's a live update happening of the filter results at the bottom here, and we can see within that markup range, looking at only blue products, we still have 101 items available to us within this. If in this case we're looking for a product of only, let's say, of cotton, we can again filter further down, and within that now we can see from 101 we've gone down to only being 8 items that are available to us. So let's go into one of the products and let's have a look at some of the features that are available on products right now. So looking within this, we can see quickly on this the standard price. We can see the different color options that this product is available in, and we can see the number of units that are in stock for it as well. If we scroll down a bit, typically we'll have a size chart, and we'll have the fabric description at the bottom here. Just as an example, to show another example in the gift range, here's an example of an item that is in 3 different colors. We've got it in black, blue, and in the silver. And once I click on the color swatch here, it will give me a breakdown of what stock availability is in which warehouse, right? So we've got in warehouse 1, which is Long Meadow, we've got the 48-hour turnaround on that, and there are 839 units available within that warehouse. So looking at the Limburg warehouse 2, which is a 3-day turnaround, there's an additional 300 items on that. And there again, we can see just confirmation on the price, same as what we've got the standard price at the top here. So very simply, on this page, there are a couple more features around seeing the catalog. We can pull up the catalog page if we want to see that and see some more information. If we wanted to email it out, we can include what options we want to email out, as well as who to send it to and who to send it from. Right? So typically here you can put in your own email address, and you can put in a customer's email address or colleague's email address over here. There's also the option to create a spec sheet, which has got quite a bit of product information, different templates on it, and you can choose which of the colorways that you want to include on that. And just seeing here again as an example, you get the different features of the product listed below the product image. Okay, let's at this point take this and let's add 100 units of this to cart. So we can see adding to cart is quite a simple and easy process. At the top here we can see my cart is updated and that I've now got the 100 units added to my cart here. So if I go view my cart, so here we can see the item that we've just added to cart, and at this point in the cart we can also add branding to it. So we'll do another webinar specifically on the branding process and also the new branding functionality that's launching soon. But looking at this, we have some options here around what kind of branding we want to do on it, what logo we might want to put on the product. Let's choose the ABSA logo. Going through what type of branding we might want to do, the branding position, and the number of colors that might be involved. Okay, so here we can see there's the product that we've placed in cart, the branding that we've added to this specific product. And obviously, as we add products to this, we can add branding to the different ones. If we want more detail on the breakdown of what we've added to cart there, we can see that here we've got the 100 units, what sizing it was, if it's for barrel, and the item price and the totals of that. Okay, so in this case we can now change it to 150 units, and within the cart we'll see that it will automatically update the totals for us, right? The total prices change there as well as would update the brand. So moving through the cart, the next section, that once we've added all our products and done the different branding setup, we can see that we've got the option to have Kevro either to deliver, end user courier to collect, courier to collect at Johannesburg, and a range of different options that we've got available for us to either pick up or deliver. So let's say in this case, Kevro to deliver. If there's a requirement for delivery details, it will pop up in here, and so here we can see it's requesting the contact details and the delivery address through there. Next section is the payment method. So we've got instant EFT, we've got online payment, pay on collection, offline EFT. So instant EFT is an option to pay directly out of your bank account. So this will actually link into any of the major banks in South Africa, and it will allow you to log into your bank account and make payment to this specific order. Online payment is credit card payment, so any of the major credit cards and debit cards are accepted for that. And then pay on collection is actually paying at Kevro on collection of the product there. Here's just confirmation of the lead time, so this is quite important. We can see there's an estimated lead time on your order of 7 days. Branding lead times are dependent on artwork approval and full payment, so it's quite important to take note of the notice here in the lead time section. And at the bottom is just the total confirmation again of the order value. Here we can put in the PO or the customer reference for this order, and on this agree, and then we can actually place the order. Right? So looking at this will then take me through to paying with instant EFT. If I click place order, and it will come back to the website giving a notification whether the payment was successful or not. Cool, so now we've covered placing an order, we've covered browsing through the products. So one more thing that we want to look at today is just around quoting. if we go back to some of the products that we've got here, let's go back to gives. And let's go into drinkware again. And let's choose flasks. And if we go in the 500 milliliter color vacuum flask, so if at this point we wanted to add 50 of these items and we wanted to add that to our quote, we can simply, similar to the card process, just add that to quote. And same process at the top, our quote items will be added into our quote card. So we can see I've added a few other items as well to the quote, and we can usually take these off. And there's the item that we've just added to the quote. So within this we can then apply a markup. So if we wanted to add a markup of 50% to this, I'm just going to take these items out of the way first. Then we can see that that markup has been included, including markup, and so there we can also see the profit with that markup on there. If we then at this point also add branding to it, and similar process to what we saw earlier with adding it to cart, so apply the branding. And let's just go through that one more time. And we can see that the markup has also been applied to the brand, right? So if we then look at get this all first, the one, we can see that we've got our total cost here at the bottom, so total cost to us, and then the total cost to the client, right? So for you, this will be the cost for the order, for placing the order with Kevro, and this will then actually be the cost to the client. So at this point, you can again put in a quote reference, similar to what you had your customer reference on the order, the customer name, the customer contact number, if there is a delivery cost applicable to it, and then any comment that you want to include on the quote to your customer. You have the option to save your quote, to take it offline, saying that you can then save, you can preview it from here, you can print it, so that will open it for you in a PDF and print. You can email it directly off of here. A nice feature on this is also that if you might want to do some further pricing or some other services or products that you want to add to the quote, you can also export it to Excel, and you can then use the Excel sheet from there. Or obviously we can clear the quote from here. So if we say preview, very simply, it will download that PDF for you, and within that quote it will have all the product information as we had it in the quote card. As an example, here we've added some branding to it, so all of that detail is included in the quote, and all the different details that you might put in on your quote will be in the header here. One of the things to remember is that if you're working on a quote, you can always come back to it later, so it is linked to your profile. So even if you set up a quote, you can come back tomorrow or a week later. The products that you've added to the quote would still be there, so you wouldn't lose that information. Saving it will generate a quote that, once again, if you later on want to convert the quote to an order, you will be able to go to the dashboard, view the quote there, either modify it or convert it to an order at that point in time. So we can see here, there's the quote that I've just created. It is there, it's got its markup still, it's got all its totals in place, and so we can either place the order or view the detail from it from here. Great, so I think that pretty much covers what we wanted to go through today. We're going to open it up now for questions, so if anybody's got any questions, we can go through it on the website, and maybe there's some features that you guys are looking for, or anything that you're unsure of how to do on the Kevro website. Now's the time just to pop those questions into the comment section for us. Okay, anybody got any questions? No questions? We're going to give it another 2 minutes. If there are any questions, you're welcome to pop them through there. All the info we shared today, we will also share on email. So if you did register for it, we'll be sure to send that through to you within the next day. And then this webinar will also be available as a recording on the channel for you to view afterwards. Okay, so we've got the question there. When we do the quoting, does it have the option to show the stock availability as well when creating the quote? So it doesn't. It's one of the places like product comparison, I guess, that we didn't look at today. But product comparison has the option to include stock availability. The quote doesn't have the option to include stock availability, but when you do add it to quote, you can see the stock availability on the product there. So on the quoting for the personalization, if we just quickly get another quote up there, there are a couple of options for changing it on there, but it is a valid question to see if there's further customization that we can do on the quoting. It does have your details on the quote, so there are no details regarding Kevro on the quote. So it does have all your details of your account on the quote. So if anything is not correct on that, either update the details online or get in touch with your sales rep to make sure that the details are updated within the system. Yeah, 100%. So if you're interested in the portals, definitely there is the web support team available to assist you with creating a portal. So I'm just going to, while we see if there are any other questions, we're going to keep it open for another 2 minutes. Thanks for those that asked those questions, and we'll definitely give the feedback through to the team as well on that. But I'm just quickly going to go through that quoting process again. So let's again add 10 units here. Obviously at this point in time we can see the quantity available to us for adding to quote. One of the things to keep in mind obviously is if you are sending a quote out, that stock availability is not locked, right? So it could be that stock availability could change, and it's only available, you know, the stock is there unless or until it's ordered. So a quote might go out, but the stock availability might change during the time of that quote being out. Okay, so we can see again just on here, we've put in the customer details. I said my customer, so that's where your customer's name would go in. This detail here is typically the information that comes through from your account. So that's quite important, what we spoke about earlier, just to make sure that this information is up to date and valid for your company, right? Because that's going to be on every quote. And then the comment we saw is just popping through here under the please note section. Yeah, that's a good question, Lindsay. We don't have that option right now, but I think it seems to be quite a relevant feature and a required feature. So we'll actually take it up with the development team and see what the possibility is of having that implemented. But correct, I see where yourself and I think it was Janine earlier. Asking just to be able to modify that, so we'll have a look into that. So we're gonna end the streaming now. The webinar is gonna end now, but we're gonna keep the chat open for a while longer. So if there are any other questions that you want to post through, feel free to post them through. But thanks for joining us on another webinar, and look out. We'll be sending out more invites to different webinars over the coming weeks and months. We'll be using this medium in different ways to do training and just also new features, new products that we'll be launching through webinars. And we look forward to spending more time with you online in 2019. Hope you guys have a great afternoon. Cheers, everybody.